DETV News is powered by DART, Delaware's transit service. Moving forward.
New tonight, Christina School District is in turmoil as their superintendent is suspended indefinitely. Plus, police investigate whether hazing played a part in the death of a Dartmouth student from the First State. And do you recognize the man who robbed a Dover bank this week? If so, there may be a cash reward. Those stories and much more coming up tonight on DETV News. Good evening and welcome to DETV News. I'm Matt Ford. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Here's what's making headlines around the First State. The Christina School Board indefinitely suspended Superintendent Dan Shelton early Wednesday, sparking outrage among school employees and community members. The decision, made at nearly 3 a.m. after an 8-hour meeting, leaves the district leaderless months before a critical tax hike referendum. Board member Doug Manley criticized the vote, saying it would damage the district's reputation. Shelton, with the district since 2020, is under contract until June of 2025. The board, divided on the issue, refused to provide clear reasons for the suspension. Supporters of Shelton, including teachers and community members, praised his leadership and expressed concerns over the board's actions. Chief among Shelton's distractors is Board President Donald Patton, who earlier this year voted to suspend the superintendent for 3 days and to lead a no-confidence vote. Patton did not specify in public Wednesday morning the reasons for his action, but Shelton waived his privacy rights. Shelton read a statement at the protracted meeting thanking his supporters and saying, while there's work to be done, he is proud of the district's recent record. The board will meet again on July 18th to discuss next steps. This suspension raises some questions about the district's future and leadership stability. And in more Christina news, the state legislature just last week directed the Attorney General's office to suspend the next year monitoring the board. Lawmakers said they are concerned over paralyzing dysfunction, political infighting, and violations of open meeting laws by the Christina School Board. State Rep Paul Bombuck says, quote, "It's one messed up board. The meetings are just chaos. They're following none of the rules. They're violating policies left, right, and center." End quote. Newark area legislators added the unusual monitoring requirement into epilogue language in the Grants and Aid bill that was passed just on June 30th. The provision stipulates that attorneys from Delaware Department of Justice will spend the next year monitoring the Christina Board, focusing on transparency and adherence to public information laws. At the end of the year, the DOJ will submit a report to the legislature detailing any violations of the Freedom of Information Act and recommendations for legislative changes needed to ensure proper operation of the board. And in other news, police are investigating potential hazing into the death of Juan Zhang, a Dartmouth student from Delaware whose body was found in the Connecticut River on Sunday night. The 20-year-old's body was recovered 65 feet offshore around 7:30 p.m. He was last seen Saturday night near the docks and reported missing just shortly thereafter. He was a biomedical engineering student and Beta Alpha Omega fraternity member and hailed from Middletown. He was valedictorian of Middletown High School's 2022 class and an active participant in various academic clubs. Police received an anonymous tip suggesting that hazing might be involved in his death. Hanover Police Chief Charles Dennis confirmed the investigation is ongoing. Dartmouth College Dean Scott Brown expressed his condolences, highlighting Zhang's enthusiastic participation in the Dartmouth community and his fraternity. The cause of death remains undetermined, with no foul play suspected. And in hopes of capturing the man who robbed a PNC bank on Tuesday in Dover, police have released these images obtained from the bank's video surveillance system. The images show the suspect in an enhanced view of a hand tattoo that may aid in his identification. If you or anyone you know has information that can help identify this suspect, you're urged to contact the Dover Police Department at 302-736-7130. Callers may remain anonymous, and tips may also be submitted through Delaware Crime Stoppers. That number, of course, 1-800-TIP-3333, or online at delaware.crimestoppersweb.com. We do want to let you know a cash reward is possible for information leading to an arrest. And in other news, Delaware residents are still awaiting the release of a long-awaited report detailing fraud within the state's unemployment insurance fund, originally promised for July. The state's Department of Labor stated Monday that the report will be disclosed, quote, as soon as it's completed and provided to key stakeholders, declining to specify a time for its public availability. The investigation follows revelations of over $181,000 stolen from the fund last year, prompting an internal criminal inquiry that concluded in August without public disclosure until recent media inquiries. The department's silence on the matter continues amidst ongoing investigations into potential misuse of government funds elsewhere within the state. And state police have arrested 42-year-old Thomas Pusey of Frankfort, Delaware, following a series of incidents involving robbery and stolen vehicles across Kent and Sussex counties. The event began when troopers responded to a report of a stolen vehicle at the Hertrick Chevrolet dealership in Dover that was on July 5th. A suspect identified as an unknown white male had arrived at the dealership in a Mini Cooper and absconded with a 2024 Chevy Silverado during a test drive, disregarding dealership staff. Subsequent investigations led troopers to a Frankfort residence where they recovered the stolen Silverado and arrested the man without incident. Further inquiries linked to him include a robbery at a Walgreens in Ocean View, Delaware the same day. He faces charges including robbery and vehicle theft and remains in custody on a $13,450 cash bond at Sussex Correctional Institution. And authorities have issued warnings following a surge in phone scams happening across Sussex County. Residents have reported fraudulent calls from scammers posing as officials from local police departments in Milton, Lewis, and Millsboro. The deceitful callers claim individuals have missed jury duty and face imminent arrest warrants. The scam unfolds with the caller spoofing an official-looking caller ID number, such as the Sussex Emergency Operations Center, and victims are then coerced into paying fines and supposedly clear their fabricated warrants. Residents are reminded to refrain from wiring money or disclosing any personal details to anyone that you may not know. You may also contact your local police department directly to verify any calls regarding legal matters. To Kent County now, where the Camden, Wyoming Sewer and Water Authority is asking water customers to reduce their consumption while maintenance is conducted on their water tower. Maintenance was slated to begin Monday and last until July 24th, during which customers are asked to reduce their water usage. Maintenance of the tower, located on Southwest Street, includes a thorough cleaning and repainting of the exterior and interior. Officials with the Sewer and Water Authority say water supplies should remain ample with customer cooperation, and they do not expect any interruption of service. Any customers with questions or concerns regarding the water tower maintenance are asked to contact Camden, Wyoming Sewer and Water Authority. Their number is 302-697-6372. And the African American Heritage Institute has received a $500,000 grant from Newcastle County, funded through the American Rescue Plan Act. The grant will support the renovation of the historic site at 1043 Clifford Brown Walk. The $5 million renovation project will transform the former Allied Kid building into a state-of-the-art facility celebrating African American history and culture. The initial funding from the Newcastle County is crucial for beginning the first phase of renovations, including structural repairs and utility updates. For more information, visit aahide.org. And Governor John Carney has announced the induction of 4 women into the Delaware Hall of Fame for 2024. Selected from over 50 applicants, this year's honorees have made significant contributions here to the first state. Ray Jones Avery, with 35 years of public service, has led Christina Cultural Arts Center since 1991. Julicia Coriano, a clinical social worker, is known for her advocacy within the Latinx and LGBTQIA communities. Anna Marie Leo founded the Anna Marie Dance Studio, teaching dance for over 70 years. And last but certainly not least, Colonel Melissa Zebley, a 32-year-old veteran of the Delaware State Police, made history as the first female superintendent. The inductees will be honored at the 43rd Annual Hall of Fame ceremony that will be this fall. Congratulations to them. Turning to weather now, you don't need a weather forecast to tell you it was another hot one here in Delaware today, with the heat index setting near record levels. All of Delaware was under a heat advisory on Wednesday as remnants of what was Hurricane Beryl approached the area. Newcastle County faced an excessive heat warning, with the index predicted to hit 107 degrees in Wilmington. That's according to the National Weather Service. Kent and Sussex counties are also under heat advisories. High temperatures and humidity pose a significant risk of heat-related illnesses. Storms are expected late Wednesday into Thursday due to Beryl's remnants, with a 75% chance of heavy rain and potential flash flooding. Isolated storms may occur in the morning, with more widespread thunderstorms happening overnight. And finally this evening, here's one way you can beat the heat. How about a free ice-cold Slurpee from 7-Eleven? Celebrating its 97th birthday, 7-Eleven is offering free small Slurpees at participating stores, including their 7-Eleven stores, Speedway, and Stripes, on Thursday, July 11th. Customers can simply bring their Slurpee cup to the counter for the deal. Additionally, 7-Eleven Rewards members can score a second free Slurpee through the mobile app. This year's new flavor is Mountain Dew Freedom Fusion. There's a limit of one Slurpee per customer per visit. Plus, customers can support the Children's Miracle Network hospitals with a limited edition cup for Slurpee Day. Sounds good to me. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of DETV News. Be sure to follow us all across your favorite social media platforms. And for a look at what's happening all around the state of Delaware, head to our website. That's detvch.com. And of course, if you have a question, comment, or a news tip, be sure to drop us a line. That address is press@detvch.com. For all of us here at DETV, I'm Matt Ford. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Take care. We don't talk about prostate cancer enough, and it's the most diagnosed form of cancer and the second most common cause of cancer death among Black men in both Delaware and the United States. Approximately 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime, but just by asking your healthcare provider if you should get a screening could help you detect prostate cancer early and save your life. So let's talk about it. Talk to your healthcare provider today about a prostate cancer screening if you are 40 years of age or older, or have a family history of prostate cancer. If you don't have insurance, or if your insurance doesn't pay for cancer screenings, Screening for Life may provide you with the screenings that you need, and nurse navigators make this process easier. To learn more, visit healthydelaware.org/prostate or call 211. Ask your healthcare provider about a prostate cancer screening, and you're asking for so much more.
My name is Jason Aviles, and I am the founder and owner of Fly Yogi, and I'm here to share with you some tips to be able to help fight opioid addiction. Opioid addiction is a real growing problem here in America, and I'm here to share with you some tips that you can be able to integrate into your everyday life to really fight against opioid addiction. One of the first things is redeveloping your mindset. One of the practices that I like to use daily is meditation. And what meditation does is it brings you clarity of mind, and it helps keep you grounded, and it improves your ability to make decisions that you are going to benefit from. A lot of the time we find that addiction is rooted in our mindset. It's rooted in how we think and how we perceive, and therefore how we act. So this is a really good way to help fight against that energy of addiction. The second thing is improving your lifestyle through diet and exercise. At the very root of addiction, there is substances within the body that's causing the addiction on a physical level. When we begin to introduce healthier foods, plant-based foods, we begin to remove and detox the substances that are in our body that's causing and attracting the addiction. So through incorporating more fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, and even drinking water on a daily basis, you're going to put your body in a state where it's going to be able to fight the root causes of these addictions. The second part is exercise. Exercise is good for mood. It's good for energy. It's good to increase vitality. It's good to get your heart pumping and get your blood flowing and get oxygen moving throughout the body. So through engaging in physical exercise, complemented by incorporating healthier foods, you're putting your body and your mind in a state where it does not want what's causing these things that are manifesting negatively in your life. So addiction can really be decreased by just incorporating a healthier lifestyle through diet and nutrition, exercise, and then also making sure that you're tackling the mind through mindset, through meditation.